material universe in the beginning of creation. It was he who imparted unto the heart of Lord Brahma, the knowledge of how to create the material worlds. It was he who makes this material world in such an astonishing way that it appears real, even to great demigods and rishis, although it is fundamentally, basically an illusion. And we must meditate on him because he is the actual source of everything. That's what this verse from the opening verse of Srimad Bhagavatam means. All he's doing there is explaining that sutra. Janmadyasya yataha. He from whom everything has come. That is the theme of Srimad Bhagavatam. And explaining the pastimes of the Lord is the means by which Vyasadeva expresses this theme in such a way that anyone can understand. Any intelligent person, if they read Srimad Bhagavatam, and you should read it, don't just take my word for it, go and study it, it's on our site. Read it, understand it. And you will also get this realization that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what it's for. Now, if you go to India, you'll find a lot of people who will say, no, Krishna isn't the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it's Narayana, or Vishnu, or Mahavishnu, or something like that. They'll indicate somebody different. Some of them even say Shiva is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And where do they get this information? From the Upanishads. See, the Upanishads are little excerpts taken out of the Vedas. And all the Upanishads follow a certain theme. And that theme is given in the word Upanishad itself. Upa Ani Shada means coming close and sitting down. Means come close and sit down. And what are we doing? We're coming close to a spiritual master and we're sitting down and inquiring about Brahman. That's the theme of all the Upanishads. So you find all the Upanishads are like a dialogue between the student and the spiritual master. And then we also have to consider the theme expressed in the Ishopanishad, which is the first of the Upanishads. Om Purnam Adaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vishishyate. That I worship that Supreme Lord who is whole and complete. The complete whole is the source of everything else. And everything that comes from the complete is also complete. And even though all these complete units are coming from the complete, he remains the complete balance. So what is that complete whole? Janmadyasya yataha. He from whom everything has come. You see, so all these things fit together. All the Vedic literatures are actually talking about one and the same thing. But sometimes they say things which are difficult to understand. Sometimes they indicate that, or seem to indicate that we should worship Lord Indra, or Lord Shiva, or Lord Narayan as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So people get confused because they don't understand that these are esoteric literatures. They're not like newspapers or something like, just the facts, man. They are giving the truth in an esoteric way. Esoteric means that some interpretation is necessary. It's not just stated plainly like, accounting of facts. There's a deeper truth, and you have to know what that deeper truth is, or you can't really see what the meaning is. In other words, you have to be a self-realized soul. Then you can understand the Vedas. When you're self-realized, you look anywhere in the Vedas or Upanishads and it's all very clear. Like Lord Chaitanya was discussing Vedanta with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And Sarvabhauma was trying to convince Lord Chaitanya of the interpretation of Shankara. And Lord Chaitanya was saying, well, first of all, Lord Chaitanya listened to him speak for 7 days continuously. For 7 days and nights, they sat in the temple of Lord Jagannath just discussing Vedanta. And Sarvabhauma was presenting all these different arguments from Shankaracharya's commentary. But Lord Chaitanya was just listening, he wasn't saying anything. So finally, after 7 days, the Bhattacharya said, well, what do you think? And Lord Chaitanya said, well, the sutras are as clear as the sun, but you are covering them with some different explanation. I don't know anything about that, but I can understand the sutras just fine. This is extraordinary because if you read the Vedanta sutras, they're very, very difficult. No ordinary human being can understand them without some help, some commentary or some guidance. So the Bhattacharya was going, okay, you think you understand them? Well, then you explain. What do you think? So Lord Chaitanya proceeded to explain everything based on the direct understanding of Vedanta Sutra. And the direct understanding is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the source of all creation, and that He is the actual subject matter discussed in the Upanishads. Yes, there is a hidden meaning, but the hidden meaning is not that ultimately we are the same as God. No? That's not the hidden meaning. No, sorry.
Oh, damn.
Better luck next time. No, the hidden meaning is that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this is actually indicated in all of the sutras, but you have to know how to interpret them. You have to know what is the conclusion of the Vedas. That's what Vedanta means. It means the conclusion of the Vedas. So we don't have the senses necessary to verify the fact that Krishna is the origin of all the material and spiritual worlds. We can't go back to the time of creation and see how the material energy is emanating from Narayana. We can't go back and watch Lord Brahma use transcendental sound vibration in the name of Krishna to create the material universes. We can't go outside this material world and see how the material universes are emanating from the body of Mahavishnu. We can't verify any of those things because it's outside the scope of our perception, of our consciousness. So if we speculate based on what we can see, what we can observe with our senses, then we're going to get it wrong. We're not going to come to the correct conclusion. We're going to think that, oh, everything's impersonal, just like matter. You know, matter is so impersonal. You can talk to the wall all day. It'll never say anything back to you. Yeah. But any living entity, any person, if you try to interact with them, they'll give you some response. Even a frog. We found a frog in the kitchen this morning. You know, and Florian's talking to her. Come on, you have to get out of here. We're moving out. So he was convincing the frog that he had to leave. So, like that, living entities are always responsive. And similarly, Krishna is also very responsive. Krishna is present within everything by virtue of the fact that everything has expanded from him. And also because he expands himself into every little atom, every little corner of his creation. He's the super-conscious, original living entity, and he's aware of everything. How are we doing on time, by the way?
Oh, a long play, so...
Oh, plenty of time. Okay. So he is aware of everything, and he knows everyone. He knows exactly what's going on in everyone's heart, in everyone's mind, in every corner of the creation, for all eternity. There's no question of Krishna not knowing what's going on. And because he's the source of everything, he has unlimited energies. So he can respond to us.